Hello, and welcome back to a very special episode of the Force Commander's Guide to Purging Nurgle. I'm Jade Starr. And would you believe it, actually several people already called it, Jenner turned out to be an agent of Slaanesh, so she has absconded from the baleful edict with Alish, never to be seen again. And so I've had to go into the reserves of the edict's halls of heroes, and I have brought with me, a great, true inspiration to all of mankind, Skippy Granola.
I would die 1,000 deaths before I yield.
Unfortunately, Skippy Granola has already given his life in service of the Emperor, and he is interned in a dreadnought.
Point me to the slaughter.
He also apparently got slightly British in the process.
I mean, hi everybody. How's it going?
Hey, Skippy.
My prognosticators report that you have yet been unable to make further progress against these
See, everyone in the Imperium
Though
is
the
British.
augurs fail to mention her by name, my suspicion is that it is this Inquisitor who hinders your operations. What say you, Commander?
So, Angry Space Grandpa is calling us up again, and
I am
there are
sympathetic
options,
to
but
your
of course, you
plight.
always take the option to
Field
dunk on Vakir.
operations in this campaign
That's right.
are under your command.
I've been vexed a lot longer than
Order has
45
worked
days.
the Ordos since our founding. It is an obstacle you must embrace to prove yourself worthy of command.
Do you need a tech mech or a
Obstacle indeed.
servitor down there, buddy? We
I've
gotta get you,
bureaucrats with
you
more
know, the
spies.
service that you
I'll be
need.
in the Libris doing my duty.
I think maybe my tank needs topping up with Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Sorry, we only have root beer on the edict.
Mmm.
Oh man, I've been talking about this in the thread for a long time. I've finally saved up the 10 requisition necessary to buy the expensive assassin gear.
Hell yeah.
I'll get to that a little bit later. We've got some cutscene though.
I feel it through the void. A wind of putrid spores. A trillion innocents doomed with every breath. I did what was necessary. The Reaper's course emanates before me. We must resume the hunt.
Now, I know, Skippy, you have definitely been keeping up with the LP while you've been down there in the Dreadnought Stasis Chamber.
It's the
of
only
course.
thing we have to watch.
Right. Vakir is starting to look maybe a little bit like this is having a strain on her.
A little bit.
So we have found the Yellow
I'm not
Reaper.
used to the Imperium fucking worrying about innocence.
What are you talking about? We are definitely here for the savior of all of those innocent trillions on the stars inside of the Imperium. They are my top concern.
Unless there is just a crumb of Xenos scum amongst them, in which case just...
Well, as we've recently learned, sometimes you have to purge the heresy from within.
Can't make an omelet without breaking a few 100 million eggs.
Unleash me, Commander.
Who's got the money for 100 million eggs in this economy?
I know.
Enemy ship may be minimally
You got a hatchery down there in the edict I'm not aware of?
is advisable.
I can reach the armory. Send Ektar and
We
your
have
knights
chickens
to attack
for the
enemy ship.
Emperor.
So this is another Death Guard. I could, of course, board it and fight it. I've done that throughout the LP, and I've just got tired of cutting that out.
We are the
I felt like it would be fun to give Ektar something to do, because he's not allowed to go on missions. So he's like, oh, they're coming to me. Well, the Emperor didn't say I couldn't defend the ship with all the fire I want. I mean, whatever. He gets wounded. Purity seals cost a little bit more, but whatever.
He blew himself up.
Ektar has a history of being a little bit overzealous with fire.
You know, I can respect that.
Yeah.
That's how I ended up in the Dreadnought.
Oh, no.
It happens.
Yeah. No. Before we get to the Yellow Reaper mission here, there's just another blue mission here. It's a bit of fodder, or filler. Yeah, filler. And it's only notable because the Warp Storm is here. It disables a stratagem, and the usual Prognosticar bonuses don't apply. At this point in the game, that's not a significant hindrance. I am going to re-equip to bring all of the grenades to get this glorious deed, because having just spent 10 requisition, I want lots of the requisition.
Love it. Look at those fancy boys.
Yeah. Look at that, we won. It was that
Piece
fast.
of cake.
Yeah. No, it really was a standard mission that I didn't have anything I really wanted to show other than just the effort I went through to corral a bunch of cultists to explode with grenades.
I am sure your victory was glorious, brother.
Indeed. I was hoping to get a really nice flamethrower here. This one has the no stun on it, and I just really love the basic flamethrower that our Purifier has with 2 stun on it. It's so good for creating execute chains.
Gotta love it.
I still have yet to find a particularly good Crozarium, the weapon for the Chaplain, and I'm very disappointed by that. I don't even need a particularly good one. I just need one that has the skill that makes the willpower upkeep 0. And then my Chaplain build is complete and good. My Chaplain, though, has been completely ridiculous anyway. I mean, he's great, so whatever.
Look at him go.
Over here, our Purifier has hit, level 7, and I am kind of out of things to do that enhance his ability to use the flamethrower. And so I'm starting to think, what am I looking for here? More damage from grenades and something or other. I might go to the top middle tree for the ability to cast Purge. But at this point, it's all kind of just gravy.
It's, well, I guess 43 videos in, I guess it's a good time for his build to be complete.
Well, unfortunately, we did not get this man particularly early in the course of the game. As an advanced class, you have to pass the first major plot beat before you can even get access to them, and then at that point, finding them is kind of random.
I can't believe that you would out me for not being caught up on the LP like that.
It's okay. I understand. You know.
Listen, I appreciate it, even though it's probably just reiterating for your loyal viewers.
It is. But, you know. Look, not all of us have been recently praised in a local newspaper for their acting chops.
That's true. That's true. Thank you. Thank you.
Are there any surviving recordings of this that I might view of your performance?
No, we didn't film it. I do, however, have unlisted videos of my previous play.
Oh,
I can send those along to you if you
Excellent.
like.
All right.
It's 2 straight hours of bullshit.
Isn't that what theater is?
Yes!
Prince located. Demonic entity occupies the form of a plague hulk of Nurgle.
You sound uncertain, Dominus. The foul creature is here, as I predicted.
Available data is fractious.
Yet we have faced them before. Please elaborate for our Inquisitor's benefit.
Classification: Demon Engine. Nurgle Abomination. Foul defilement of the perfect work of the Machine God.
What of its weaknesses, then? Weaponry?
More cannon designation. Heretical. Data access restricted. Cleaver designation. Rudimentary. Analysis self-explanatory. Power systems designation. Perversion. Illogical construct. Data access restricted. Shielding designation. Unknown. Data unavailable.
It seems we've touched on a sensitive point for the Tech Priest.
Indeterminate. Restriction boundaries are undefined. Access response remains obstinate.
No matter. It sounds as fitting a vessel as any to reap the strain of decay and rust. The hunt begins on your order, Commander.
Like, Lynette really could not tell us anything about that.
No, just like access restricted.
It's like, it's got a cleaver. Everything else, gets stuffed. Figured out on your own.
He's got a knife. I think you can figure that out. He's got a knife and a perverted little engine.
Yeah. So, following my requisition spending to gain access to the top tier gear for the assassins, I figured it's been a while since I brought the Vindicare out, because he's just usually too strong, but now that he has, like, his 3rd level gear, he fell off because I wasn't updating him, and now he's just absolutely overpowered as fuck. A 7 damage shot with a built-in 20% crit, causes bleed on crit, has precision targeting, has 40% more range than standard weapons. It's just an amazing weapon. His pistol selection can range from things that give him his auto ability and more range or more damage, or more damage against organics. And honestly, +4 against organics on a 5 damage pistol, that's hot. That's actually pretty good. I mean, it's only range 8 though, so do you want your sniper with a really powerful pistol at close range? I mean, somewhere in here, I'll have to go fish out a clip from Guava Moment talking about Gunslinger and XCOM 2. I'm not doing that.
Oh, right. Yep.
So I really just bought the pistol that gave him focus, just to supplement his focus, and then the same line of thinking with his body.
It's so weird seeing like a dude-sized guy.
Yeah. How small he is compared to like the suits of power armor around him.
You know, and like I get it, right? Because
What is that I smell?
It's the poutine.
More grease to anoint my gears.
Right, you'll get that with a good poutine.
Commander, the poison of a prime seed radiates below. This is most certainly our target.
More from above? Your numbers mean little. 10 or 10,000, all must crumble and fall before me.
Tactical analysis. Weaponry is limb-driven. Prioritize its extremities.
That voice, a daughter of the false Omnissiah? Why do you not come down and join my menagerie? I will teach you such things your machine god has kept secret from you.
Blasphemy.
No? A pity. Perhaps you will see the light once I shear those flimsy guards from your eyes.
So this pop-up is interesting, and it warns you that if you fall off, you're not getting back up. Which I had always assumed to be the case, but only recently I found out that if you get knocked off of heights, like in a normal map, you guys actually will come back. And I suppose, really? Yeah. And I suppose here it's warning you that people in power armor are just dead if they fall. I guess Terminator armor in lore has teleportation devices and they can recover. So it's like, maybe come back with Terminators or something. I don't know. But that is a big concern here. Not that Morgellus here is going to punt you off of the platforms or whatever, but the battle arena is going to shrink by, as you can see, rust and ruin.
Right.
So if you are on the section that falls into the abyss, people die. Here's the big thing. Entropic Shield. While active, Morgellus cannot be crit. I know that you, Skippy Granola, have definitely been paying lots of attention to the last several episodes of the LP, and have known that my damage output and general build and playstyle has been very dependent upon critical damage to proc extra AP and do extra damage and do precision targeting. So, I know right away you immediately saw it and thought, that's gonna be a big problem for Jade.
Yeah, it'd sure be nice if your fucking guy could have told you that, huh?
So here it is in the preview window for where precision targets can land. No, okay. We can disable it with a precision target hit, which is weird because you need a crit to be able to land this, to disable the thing that prevents you from being crits. I'm like, this is a weird catch-22. But then I remembered, it's a boss fight. There's going to be some mechanic that's going to open it up to a shot. And that needs to be the first thing we hit.
Yeah.
Also of note, its claws. Its claws, for each one it has, deflects incoming damage from ranged attacks. So for each of those front big pincer claws, he doesn't actually use them to attack, but they deflect 2 damage each. You can see here, claw shield, -4. That really cuts into your ability to deal with this thing at range.
Yeah, brutal.
And here I am fucking up and wasting an AP. It was really quick, but it takes exactly 2 AP to get to the tile to initiate melee. So I clicked the tile and then clicked the target. And if I just click the target, it would have all been in one action rather than move to attack. It would have been move to and attack.
Right.
So I just cost myself a melee hit there, and I like, balls. Also, normally I don't bring a Vindicator to this fight. I just had spent all that requisition, and I wanted to put him on camera as soon as possible.
Target ready for dissection.
And I forgot that this boss is possibly the worst thing to bring the Vindicator against. Because he's immune to crits, which is the Vindicator's entire thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, that's kind of a sniper's deal.
Yeah.
Hurl Knight, I don't like that.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll be seeing it.
Oh, man.
Notably, instead of the Vindicator, I did not bring a Interceptor. And there is one thing that's going to get me really early in the first turn or two of the fight, which is usually solved by an Interceptor. And I hadn't realized
Yes, Commander.
how important it really was. Also, I expected him to have a lot more than 10 shields, or 10 armor value. So, I brought people with a lot of armor break. The Purgator here, Thule, has the Psycan with armor break. The Apothecary has the melee with armor break. You know, I expected to armor break him and have it to be more substantial. I didn't think, like, oh, this is going to be the mechanical boss with, I don't know, just mechs and armor and stuff. So I figured more armor. And that's not the case.
Legs.
Yeah.
This one will. The enemy is wounded.
Understood.
So despite maybe coming in at this, perhaps the least prepared, well, not the least, but under optimally prepared, I'm gonna make do with what I have. I'm just yuck, like only getting 3 damage from the Vindicator shooting.
Oh yeah.
Just garbage.
Well, it's not like you got an option. You gotta push through. Otherwise, what? You save scum?
I mean, in theory, yeah. I could always just start from before I deploy, but yeah.
Right.
I wonder, could I actually retreat and try again? I mean, surely. I don't know. So here's my Apothecary, this big anti-armor melee weapon. I'm thinking, alright, this is fine. This guy's not going to have much armor by the end of turn 2. It'll be great. Look at that. Look at that cleaver.
Done deal.
Didn't even get through the Justicar's armor. The Maw Cannon's a little bit more of a problem. And here's the thing. He can control turrets, and that thing just shredded 5 armor off of my Terminator.
The Hulk controls those turrets with its vile corruption. We must destroy them.
So,
Counterpoint.
I
Using the defiled
had forgot he
machines may
could
restore
melee,
Imperial
shoot, and
targeted
manipulate a turret
parameters.
in one turn.
Wise words.
And those turrets hurt.
Purge the corruption, and we might use those turrets to our advantage.
So, I remember my typical turn 1 being use Interceptor, teleport behind him, touch the turret.
Our
Which is
holy
a much
place
better
will
option
not
than being
be
shot by the
stained
turret.
your touch.
Vile. You think to undo my great work, but it is no matter. The machine exists to serve the Plague God.
Nascent attack patterns emergent. The defensive battery is ours.
Also, these things, as you saw, have 5 armor shred. So when they fuck me up, they fuck him up just as much.
Beautiful.
So, I was expecting a very heavily armored fight. I did not get that, because here we are. Now he has no armor.
Still 137 hit points, though. My God.
Yes. Which, as I know that you have definitely watched the Cruciatus fight, understand how the math works, and how such a large number might seem imposing, but can go away very quickly.
Praise the
However,
Emperor.
as I know that you are well aware of having studied that video thoroughly, that a lot of that depends on things like being able to land critical hits.
Yes.
A thing that at current we cannot do.
Good. It appears you've staggered it. This might be a good chance to strike at its upper body.
Oh yeah.
So here's the big obvious, like, okay, this is what we do. We stagger it, and now we stab it in the front to disable its entropic shield.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, its front is here. We just want to make sure we get it right in the front where it said that crit precision targeting was. And it's not here.
What the hell?
Yeah, right?
The hammer strikes. Well done, brothers. Do not cease until you've torn that foul abomination apart.
Warning. Structural integrity failing.
Yeah.
Commander, clear our brothers from that section before it collapses.
So again, I'm looking at this and like, okay, where was disable entropic shield? That's a front side precision targeting.
Right. Yet.
And yet here we are, and it's still active. So I still can't land crits. So I need to stagger him again to get him into the down state so that I can try again. I was trying to point out here, you can kind of see there's a line of like steam or smoke. That is the boundary of what is going to fall at the end of my next turn. So I have this turn and next turn
That's a
to back up.
huge area that's gonna fall.
Yes.
So what happens to him? Does he like jump? In
He
fact,
will
you know
make
what?
sure he
Don't
doesn't.
even tell me. Don't even tell me.
All right.
Oh, let me see. Let me see what Squiddly Diddly's gonna do here.
So if I had been able to disable his crit shielding, the Vindicare would be able to get to work and just start opening up on this guy and, you know, disabling weapons or blowing up his arm or whatever.
Weapon
But
empty.
as it is, that's not available to me at the moment. And, so now things are going to go much slower. Honestly, this fight could have been over very quickly had I got the shield on that first turn.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I consider using the turret, but I'm like, I might need all 3 AP to get, you know, to somewhere that's not going to fall. And I do.
Yeah.
At once.
So I start looking for the other turrets, and I,
Vindicare.
for some reason, have a thought that I should go worry about those. Probably was unnecessary. But there's another one over there. I'm thinking maybe I should go over to it and cleanse it before he shoots me with it. I was actually rather surprised and worried by the first one that shot me for 5 armor break.
Yeah. No, that's a ton.
Yeah. I don't know if his ability has a limited range to activate the turrets. Like, does he need to be near the turrets to activate them, or is it just I need to be within shooting range of the turret? Honestly, I probably could have ignored it until
Feel my wrath.
map forced me into some of the turrets.
Right.
I think not.
Well, I think so, big guy.
Futile.
These aren't doing great damage, but I'm just trying to get the stun meter down so that he flops down and I can try to stab out the shielding again.
Right.
Moving now.
Which also means I don't want him to be stunned where he is, because if I run up to him and stab him there, I need to get back before the floor falls, and like let's not risk that. Let's just wait. So not a lot of damage, but we've got him down to 3 stun. Presumably the next turn it should be pretty easy to do 3 points of stun and have him fall over.
Oh,
Look, he's not gonna fall. He knows where the platform is.
rude.
Do you see it now? Your future rests below, an eternity of rust and ruin.
Oh no. What a jerk.
Yeah. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. That didn't do a whole lot of damage, but he's now very separated from everybody, and he's also, you know, the squishiest dude since he's, you know, Team Sniper.
We strive. Yes.
Also out of heal range.
Oh no.
Also, my mistake, he's not a knight, I guess, and cannot purge the corruption of the turrets. It didn't seem like he could interact with the turret.
Standing ready.
Oh no.
So, all that moving the Vindicator over there was really for naught. Also, hey, remember when I said he only had 3 stun at the end of the last turn?
Yep.
He now has 8. So I'm looking through his abilities like, how did he get 5 stunometer back? And I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah. Weird.
That is incredibly problematic because that's, you know, 5 more attacks I need to land until he flops over and we can try to stab out the crit shield again.
For Titan!
So I'm going to take this shot for a whole 1 damage because it's lowering his stun meter, and I need him on the floor.
I mean, that's it. There's no 2 ways about it.
Vengeance!
So unfortunately, really underwhelming that I only did 3 stun to him this turn.
Entering stealth.
I think I was considering attacking him with the Vindicator, but Vindicator's at 8 health and kind of isolated.
Clear shot.
I want to probably use a little bit of movement to get him away.
And rust.
But,
Target hit.
here we go again. Okay, we're leaving him at 4. We're gonna run away. Everybody is either safe or very close to being safe. Vindicator can just move. Justicar's like 2 spaces away. We'll be
As
fine.
requested.
Unfortunately, Vindicator has to take the long way around to rejoin the team.
Strong we shall stand.
Alright, that hurt a bit. That's manageable.
Moving.
I was doing that 1 AP of movement at a time to get the most chances of activating the Vindicator's movement refundability. It's very silly.
Ready
There we go.
for
Okay.
vengeance.
Now no one's in danger of dying immediately. Justicar's a little beat up, his armor's a little bit shredded. But he's still fine. There isn't really anywhere I can move without like taking another step through the yuck. And he resisted the first time, but we got him that time.
At your command.
So his ranged weapon's disabled, which is not great. So we need to be stunning and disabling him. He didn't recover like stun damage this time. He's still at 3. So I was thinking, like, does he regen per turn? Does he regen when he does Rust and Ruin? I don't know why between one of those turns he went from 3 to 8. So he's at 1, but he's on a section of the map that's going to collapse.
Moving swiftly.
So we're going to pull back, not fall to our doom,
Vinegar at your
and,
disposal.
you know, maybe just leave him at 1. So next turn, if he's somewhere that's safe, we can stab him and we can get that shield generator.
Finally get those crits going.
Yeah. It would, man, it would be a long and tedious fight if, for some reason, I couldn't disable that shield generator the entire fight.
Yeah, God, imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine, he said, looking at the rest of the, like, the video.
Reloaded.
Well, there is some cutscene and stuff at the
Oh,
end of this
okay,
course.
all right.
Yeah.
So in that case, anything could happen.
Yeah.
This game grows tiresome. I will bury you all and be
So he had
done with
one
it.
stun, and he just got stabbed. He ought to flop down stunned right
Update.
now.
Functional combat terrain receding rapidly.
Whoop.
The
Oh.
tech priest is right. We must banish this demon soon, or the entire
however, he
structure will
disagrees.
collapse.
And look, now he's at 6.
Now he's at 6, just cause.
Like, I do not understand what is causing him to regain stun meter like that. There was a time when he went from 3 to 5. He went from 1, got stabbed on my turn, and then ended at 6. So I was like, does he occasionally get 5 back? Is that what it is? But he should have gone to 0 and been stunned, but it was on his turn in the middle of a boss fight, so maybe it had scripting it needed to do. But then why is it at 6? I don't understand exactly what went wrong here.
Yeah!
Pitiful decay is the only answer.
Oh, time to move. Kind of look for what corner of the platform is still there.
Your orders?
Okay. Now he's at 3. And the edge of safety is like right there on the right hand side of the screen. I can probably get a chance on this guy. We'll put him down, we'll stab him, we'll run to safety.
What is your will?
Yeah, so like I can make that with the Justicar. No, I need
I
to
am
remember
an
not to do it
instrument
with
of
the
vengeance.
Justicar, because only the Justicar and the Apothecary can melee.
Oh, right, yeah.
On the hunt.
So I need to stun him up first.
With pleasure.
There we go. Alright, time to go find that old shield generator.
Here.
Now, I want to strike him from the front, so yeah, that looks like the front, right? Right there? Yeah.
Face me!
And sure enough.
Yep. Don't understand. I guess maybe that counted as a right side hit.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, look, hey, afflict, disable and trophic shield. Where was that during my crit game? Where was that? Is it actually supposed to be on his back? Because he's got that big machinery thing on his back. I wonder if that's supposed to be it, and it's just displaying it really poorly for reader comprehension.
Yeah, that's strange.
So hey, he's only got about, what, 45 health left. And, you know, in the time it's going to take to deal another 8 stun damage.
Yeah, he's basically.
Unleash me!
Yeah. So we're just not going to solve this one, I guess. We're just going to have to deal with it. And while I may have given Blue and Red Reaper quite a dissection of you guys are too easy because
It will be done.
many against one is always bad for the one. This guy actually has the means to put up a real defense, constantly losing damage from range attacks and just hard eliminating critical hits from the fight. Does a lot to slow down my ability to kill him. Unfortunately, he's running away over here now, which isn't particularly safe. I don't want to chase him.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
But also, I need to be meleeing him, at least with like 2 of my people, to be doing decent damage.
Right.
Doing crits for the other 2.
Well, you know.
Yes, sir.
It's like that song, isn't it ironic?
That's right. It is indeed just like Ray
Yes, Commander.
It's like Nurgle listened to me talk about how Cruciatus was a giant bitch, and my damage output with critical hits is so much that no Nurgle could stand up to me. And the Nurgle's like, okay, hold on, I got this. I know what to do.
Wait. What if I take my chunkiest boy and put him on some spider legs?
As always, I'm not particularly proficient with the tabletop setting, but man, is that a real unit on Warhammer 40k tabletop? You just get to mount a dude on like a bunch of spider legs? That seems kind of rad, honestly.
I have no idea. I never had the money.
Shield activated.
Yeah. That's a whole other conversation about Games Workshop and their questionable business practices.
Oh,
Prepare to
please.
fire.
I never knew that like 3 ounces of plastic could cost more by volume than gold.
And you gotta paint it yourself, which I find just...
Oh yeah. There are some people that love that, but there are probably equally as many people that are like, no, please, just sell me a painted figurine.
I'm gonna charge that amount and then make you put it together. I feel the same way about Lego.
Oh, that's really? I feel like Lego's very different, buddy.
Pathetic.
Like, what's the fun of Legos putting it together?
$120 for a fucking...
Gee, okay, that's a bit much.
Those are 80s prices, by the way. The pirate ship was $120 in the 80s. I think it's about, I don't know, 900 now? I'm not sure.
I feel like there's some time
Yes,
and
Commander.
currency discrepancies here.
That's the Danes for you.
Death to the enemy.
I've got 40 health. He's got a full stun bar. Let's just do everything we can to kill him as fast as possible.
And he got his
Yeah. That's a good point. I haven't paid attention to that part of this fighting.
there's a lot.
I have a lot of armor break, so it's gone immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And then, oh, here's a fun one. It's just, what if there was no suitable platform to fight on?
What?
Yeah, what if just everything fell into the void?
Oh, well that kind of seems like a... What do you call it in Warcraft? The enraged timer.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe they were expecting you to get some hits.
Yeah, right? Well, as it turns out, 4 striking with the Justicar adds a lot of damage. So,
Okay,
yeah.
done deal.
Yeah, 6 strike becomes an 11 strike. So a lot of extra damage out of that.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. I think I'm just trying to feed the killing blow to Zendikar so he gets his last level up.
No! My great edifice of rust and rot is ruined! I am not ready!
Demon engine dismantled.
And just
A
vanishes.
satisfactory conclusion to this vile
Really expected him to
perversion of
explode or something.
Yeah, a
Hard
real
fought
nice,
battle,
juicy
Commander.
explosion.
Worthy
Yeah,
of
yeah.
note in the Hall of Champions.
Are you quite finished patting yourselves on the back?
Oh, Vakir.
Victory
This is why we tell
Commander deserves
Grandmaster
some
Kai that
praise.
you're the problem around here. You're such a mood kill.
The prime seed should be
Oh,
extracted and
skirting
boiled
heresy
for
this.
containment.
Oh, patting yourselves on the back for that. Observing the rights of Titan. Oh.
There's no fun here. This is a no fun zone.
I mean, that platform was a no fun zone, or at least a no crit zone.
That was
Crits.
brutal as fuck.
Yeah. So, in my great analysis of the bosses I've killed in the game, the obvious and intended way of dealing with him seems obvious. Stun him, disable the crit generator, and then pick off the limbs as you can. Not being able to deal with that generator really slowed this to a crawl.
Oh, yeah.
However, I'm not terribly mad at it. It was a boss fight that I couldn't one round.
At least they made you work for it.
Yeah. I just kind of wish it also worked in the way that was intended.
Ah, well.
So, nice suit of armor, some nice guns and weapons, but I'm trying to keep my requisition high. I do want to try to get the other two assassins on the roster, but equipping them is so expensive. It's 3 to recruit, probably 5 for their primary weapon, another 3 to 5 for their armor, and 1 to 3 for their secondary. So it takes a lot of requisition.
Woof.
Excuse me. So it turns out rank 9, not amazing for the Vindicare, although reducing the cooldown of Deadshot by 3 is actually pretty substantial. An extra point of bleed is damage over time in this game I don't particularly value that much. But it can be nice on much larger enemies that are actually going to survive.
Yeah, I suppose. But I mean, if you're like 2-rounding everything, it's not like
Yeah, exactly.
damage over time, yeah.
And this is me just having spent too much time between rounds and realizing, like, wait a minute, this guy's about to level up to 9. There is absolutely a skill choice I need to be doing, and the 2 things I have highlighted are not it. Enduring reflexes would be really great, but then I'm like, what does that really affect? Like, that affects rapid reload and mental focus. And where's mental focus? Oh, yes, that's why I've gone down the bottom middle path. I need to actually get mental focus. I'll figure this out in a moment. Jesus, past me. No, don't make Psionic Onslaught larger. Even though that is a good skill, I don't have the skill points for this. You need to go get mental focus past me. Just quit. And then I realized, oh, it's right there. Right.
Ah!
Yeah, that's the thing I needed desperately.
Great success.
Yeah. That really ties the build together. If I did have 2 more, or even 1 more skill point available, Enduring Reflexes would have been another pick, but
Right.
I'm limited.
The Reaper is dust, and a third strain grinds to a halt. Our crusade goes well. What say you, Inquisitor?
Yes, a fine victory. Yes. I will await your next request to attune the Codex.
Are you not well?
I'm fine, yes. Simply weary from the last ritual.
Bullshit.
If I am needed, I will be in the Libris, attending to my work.
Such a victory should have pleased her.
I like these guys'
Inconclusive.
big
Emotions
goofy
are inscrutable.
letters.
The recent biodiagnostics have all passed.
She listens to the warp's whispers day and night. Such communion takes a toll on the mortal mind. We will need to keep a close eye on her.
No foreshadowing here.
Just
None
in time, my
whatsoever.
apartment building is under attack by Xenos.
So that fight happened, and it went, and it was fine, even though it went poorly by my estimation of what I was trying to do.
Wow.
Stuff
You won,
happens.
nobody died.
Yes, that is true. That is usually the best outcome. Unless you're playing like Crusader Kings and you're like, my crappy heir, please go lead yourself into battle here and maybe don't come back home.
Exactly.
Succession laws are like that. There's some fun things to research. I'm just going to try to get this second stratagem slot or usage. And I was about to talk to Vakir, but nope, that's going to be next video, and we go talk to all the NPCs and see how they feel about our progress.
Talk to your little homies.
Yeah, that's nice. So that is it for this one. We are rapidly closing in towards the end of the game. Sadly, Jenner has fled into the warp with my co-commentator, so I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to do for the end of it. I know Skippy can only be turned on and powered up for so long. He might need to go back into the mech bay and rest.
They no longer make the USB adapter.
Oh, no. Recharging Skippy Granola as Lost Tech.
That's right.
So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.
Take her easy, sweeties.
Just the sweetest dreadnought.
I mean, sweeties.